Hello, friends. I'm so sorry that I can't be with you today, but I am sure that Ms. Goodwin is going to do a great job of helping you today. I just want to remind you of a couple of our classroom expectations before we get started. Make sure that you keep the chat appropriate and on topic. Stay engaged and on task, and keep your microphone muted unless you are asked to unmute and share your answer. I hope that you guys will participate well for Ms. Goodwin today, and that during this time you will gather some tools that will help you for future assignments and activities that you do for reading. We have three main learning objectives that we're working on today. We are going to continue to use Swabist to summarize a fiction story. We are going to continue to look at the plot elements of main characters, conflict, the building events, and the resolution. And we're going to show comprehension through annotating a reading passage and answering questions. So it's going to be the same type of format that we normally have, where I'm going to go ahead and read aloud from Jeff Pennant's Field Guide to Raising Happy Parents. Then you will have the opportunity to do a Swabist on Chapter 5, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. And then you guys are going to have the opportunity to open up a Jamboard for yourself and annotate the story that we started last week called Peace and Quiet, and I will walk you through that process. Although one of the learning objectives is annotating the reading passage and answering the questions to show comprehension, it's also really, if I wanted to add in there, it's learning how to use Jamboard as an effective tool. So that's part of it too. So hopefully I'm not throwing too much at you at once today. We're going to go ahead and get started with our read aloud. Before we do that, I want to recap what we have read in chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to go back through and reread to you and show you our chapter summaries that we've come up with. So, chapter 1, our somebody is Jeff Pennant. He wanted to level up on his video game, but remember, he was in the middle of it, and his mom turned his game off because he didn't have his chores done. So, he did his chores with a bad attitude. Don't know how many of you have ever done that, but he actually, remember, he threw that trash bag down and it made a hole in it and it leaked stuff all through the kitchen. And so then when his dad came home, he was grounded. And remember, he was only going to be grounded for the weekend, but then chapter 2 happened. So our chapter 2 summary is that Jeff wanted to build a rocket to win a bet against his best friends, but they made a volcano that erupted and made a mess. So remember, they started out to build a rocket, but they put too much vinegar and baking soda in it, and they made a volcano that erupted and made a mess all over the kitchen. And then his parents got home, and he was in trouble again, not just for the mess he made, but because he had company when he wasn't supposed to have company. Dun, dun, dun. In chapter 3, Jeff wanted to go over to the sleepover with his friends, but he was grounded because of the little bottle rocket incident. So he tried to make a list of things to do and then became extremely disappointed because none of those things seemed fun anymore without his friends. In chapter 4, somebody, Jeff, wanted to do a science experiment in science club, but remember, even though he loves his science teacher, his group had more work to do before they could get into the supply closet. So he tried to get everyone organized and working together. Then Evan got mad at him for always getting in trouble at home and not being able to do the things that were usually Jeff's idea in the first place. So for chapter 5, what I would like you to do is make sure that you have a piece of paper handy, and you are going to write your own Swabist on this and be ready to share it out at our next live meeting so that we can write a chapter summary for chapter 5. So here we go, chapter 5. Zip and his tennis ball greet me at the front door, which is reason number 47,872 why he is the best dog on the planet. He loves me whether I'm grounded or not. I scritch behind his ears, then he bolts for the back door. He knows what's next. Outside, I chuck his worn-out ball toward the corner of the yard. Zip's so fast his black and white fur is a gray streak. He's ripping across the grass. Pretty soon, we've got a good rhythm going. My arms shift into autopilot. Throw, race, pick, drop. Zip is a ball-chasing machine. Then my brain plays and replays what Evan said at science club. Best friends do stuff together. The three of us have been best friends since first grade. We've been friends so long that our parents are friends. It's almost like you try to get in trouble. Well, no, Evan, I don't. Things go wrong sometimes. It's not my fault. The sliding glass door scrapes open and snaps me out of my thoughts. Mom hands me a juice box. Hey, how was your day? Did you get to start your science club project? No. I cringe a little at the edge in my voice. That's too bad. Want to talk about it? I whip the ball in a different direction for Zip. Meh. Explain my life to my mom? Where would I even start? Besides, I'd probably get in trouble for explaining it wrong. You seem upset, kiddo. Did you get a bad grade or something? No, my grades are fine. I'm fine. Factually accurate information. Is it friend stuff? I shrug. You know, tomorrow you're ungrounded. That's good news, right? Zip flops down at my feet and releases the ball. I pick it up and pluck leaf fragments off of the faded yellow fuzz. Best news all week. Sadie's having friends sleep over tomorrow night. Would you like to invite Evan and Q to sleep over too? My heart pounds. Would I want to have my best friend sleep over? Is she messing with me? She'd better not be messing with me. I raise my, really? Eyebrows at her. For real? For real. You know your room has to be clean before anyone comes over. My room is fine. Do I need to check it myself? I squeeze the tennis ball so hard it might pop. No, you do not. We agreed rooms are personal spaces unless there's an emergency. It's fine. I believe you. I need you to know we cannot have a repeat of your last sleepover. We expect you to follow house rules. Do you understand? I understand. Suddenly, I'm smiling so hard it feels like happy laser beams from my face. Thanks, Mom. Are you sure nothing's wrong? She tussles my hair. Yeah, nothing I can't handle. I want to jump right up and down, but I'm in 5th grade, so I have to act like it. That's the truth. She reaches down and scratches Zip's belly. Your dad and I are here, though, if you need help. She picks the empty juice box out of my hand and heads back inside. Come on, Zip! We race inside and down the hall to Sadie's room. I knock and open the door at the same time. Guess what? You learned how to knock? No, I mean, duh, but that's not it. Mom and Dad said I can have a sleepover tomorrow, too. Cool. What did you do to get ungrounded exactly? I'm awesome, maybe? I don't know. I served my time and now it's done. Right, so they gave you a second chance, huh? Or is it a third? I lose track. I don't even care about her teasing. I'm so happy. I'm not grounded. I perform a small but powerful victory dance. It's spectacular. Ungrounded. That's right, you know it. Finally, things are starting to go my way. I dance out of Sadie's room, across the hall, and into my room. In my mind, Evan and Q are dancing right along with me. Dun dun dun. What could possibly go wrong? All right, so remember, somebody wanted, but so then, please make sure that you have that complete before we meet again. If you have any questions about it, you can always drop by and see me in my classroom. I will be back on Wednesday.